Hi everyone, myself Krish Raitukan, very warm welcome to all. And this is System Design Basics day, and we actually focus on that important concept. And here we are talking about little bit OOPS and object oriented programming language. So in that part, we actually focus on like how actually coding logic are distributed in different parts, and just to maintain structure and for long term uses and reusability. So OOPS is all about that particular stuff. So okay, let's start. And okay, so let's start with the oops stand for object oriented programming language. So here we actually talking about the object. And basically going to like technical part, we need to just focus on their important party. We can just cover the all the important parts like here. Like let's come to the real world analogy. What do you think about it? Actually, when we're talking about real world analogy based on oops, it is like similar when you're talking about like let's suppose a restaurant. And in that particular restaurant, I think like for maintaining the structure of the restaurant, you divided the restaurant in some part like kitchen part, and this is the place, and this is the corridor, and this is like particular people who actually comes and sit there, and these are like dining tables or something at VIP room and all the particular stuff. So in that particular way, for maintaining a particular restaurant, we look toward this particular basic things like we need to just structure all the particular stuff and divide into some pieces. So that's the similar in coding. When you're talking about coding is similar sound in oops spacely like it's actually in oops help us to just categorize all the code in such a way like in structured way. So when you actually want to just reuse the code, and when you want to maintain the code for long term uses, then it's very helpful. So that's why I think that oops is important. So I think like oops wrapper to object relationship and behavior. Here we actually talking about what kind of objects and what kind of relationship between objects and behavior. So I give a brief description around this about oops. Let's suppose this particular, let's consider a particular class parent, and there were two child. Okay, so there is two child, one parents have a two child. The both child have the same characteristic but in different. Okay, so the both have the same DNA but different characteristic. So similarly, you divided all the particular coding logic in like parents and child, where actually parents is called the object, and child is called a class. Okay, so object and class. So object and class are such a like they have a shared features, but not at exactly same as identical features. Okay, so child having some extended feature also. Let's try to understand with the particular concept. Let's suppose this is a car. Okay, and in this particular car we actually try to understand how the particular object methods and class attributes work in that oops object oriented programming language. And in that part, I think like let's suppose this particular car. So car is it's like attribute where you keep all the particular information, like what is the color of the car, what is the design of the car, and how the car look like. So that's the attribute. And the class is here is like a little bit about car. Okay, so class is like Honda, specific car Honda. And object is here like car, and Honda is a specific car. This is the parents which actually have the same shared outcomes, shared features, both of the car and Honda. So both are same. Methods, so method is here like how can you drive the UX and take on particular for driving a car. So that's the basic thing, you can say the key concept in here. So for big pillars of the oops, I think like the first is like encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance and polymorphism. So this is the basic big pillars of the and I try to connect this all the particular stuff. And our next video is going to dedicated for this all the particular concept, and we discuss one by one each of them, because of that's important concept of the oops. And I try to connect all the code logic, and I try to write a code on this particular stuff for understanding much better. And okay, so this is the use cases of the particular oops is very important in, especially when you want to just design out software, that the oops play an important and crucial role in here. Like manage complexity, your code is too much complex. So if you want to just manage the complexity in such a piece of the and bunch of the codes, then it's very helpful. Prevent from the code duplication. Okay, and long term maintenance. If you want to just maintain a long term for particular code, and that's really necessary. If you want to just build some particular software, then you need to keep the source code at for long term uses. So that's why long term maintenance is very important here. So that's how actually OOPS look like, and OOPS is really very necessary when you keep talking about low level design. And our next video is going to encapsulate and inheritance, and then after I cover all the particular key pillars, big pillars of the OOPS, and I will try to explain you how it's work in the codes, and that really necessary part. So OOPS is a very very necessary part. Okay, that's fine. That's enough for today. And if this particular video is going to be productive for you, if you learn something from there, then it's my pleasure, and see you soon.